right, here it is. This is the next phase, Lowrance LiveSight installation part 2 right here. This is the download portion. You gotta have yourself a micro SD card. I've got a 16 gig. You don't wanna go, I think it's bigger than maybe like 32 gigs. You can't use the big giant ones like you use for video recording. You gotta use a smaller one because that's the capacity on the Lowrance units. So I've got a 16 gig card. That's plenty, all you need. You wanna go ahead and you can use a 2 gig or a smaller. I think 512 is megabytes is the smallest you can use, but you want to use, I'd say, at least a 2 to 16 gig micro SD card, and then you're going to have to go to your computer and download the latest edition of the software for your live units in order for this thing to work, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. All right, so I've got a Mac, and it doesn't matter if you have a Mac or a PC. Get onto a browser. I use Chrome. I like Chrome, but you're going to go to downloads.lowrance.com. That's the website. You don't have to search around the lowrance.com website. Just go to downloads.lowrance.com, and then it'll take you right here to this screen. Very clean and simple. And then you're going to click downloads, and then you see all the different options for the units that you can download the software for. So I'm going to go right to HDS Live. I'm going to click on HDS Live, and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and there's Live Software Update Upgrade 19.1. That's the first version, the latest one. They'll update it about every quarter, sometimes twice a year. But then I'm going to click on that. It's going to take me to this screen. That's what I want. It'll allow me to use LiveSight, and it'll do some other things, compatibility with the PowerPole charge, and a few other little fixes. So I'm just going to hit download the software, register your device. You can register it if you want, or you can just say, no, I'll do this another time, and then you can download your file right here. Now when you download this, it's gonna go to your downloads file. So I'm going to go over here to my little eye finder, and I can see the file is downloading right there. Now I've already done this. This is like a cooking show where they already cooked the food beforehand. I've already downloaded this, so you don't have to wait on it. It doesn't take very long. It's not a huge file. And what you're going to do is once you get that file done, you're just going to drag that file from your downloads over to your card. So I'm going to put your micro SD card. Most card readers are full-size SD cards. So you put your micro SD card inside the big one, put it into your card reader. Then it's going to show up. Boom, there it is, Cruise. I've already named it. It's my name. Put that in there. I'll show you where, well, I've already stashed these documents, the files, into the Lowrance updates. So this is what it's going to look like. The HDS Live is what I want to take first. I'm going to take this file right here and just drag it into, just drag it right into that. Drop it right in there. I'll click on it. See, it's copying. Won't take but a second to put it onto that card. Once it's onto that card, here in just a couple seconds, see, it's already done. It was quick. I'm just going to eject that card so it comes out properly. I'm going to take my little micro SD card, and now I'm going to go to my units. All right, so I've taken the micro SD card with the 19.1 update, and what you're going to do before you turn anything on, you want to make sure your LiveSight transducer is not plugged in anywhere in the system, and you're going to update both of your units separately. You start with your units to be off. The little door is down here. I'm just going to flip it open. My handy little knife there. And then you want to make sure there's no other cards in there. Just easier on the unit. And then put the card in. Then just hit the power button and wait. And it'll see the type of file that you put in there, and that is the update file. So you just let it do its thing. We're going to follow the prompts here, as you'll see here in just a second, but You can see it's very simple. Doesn't take but see it's validating update. It's doing everything on its own. We're going to do this for the 16 for the unit here, because the two units are linked together, and we're also going to do it for that front live unit as well here in just a second. But it's gonna, it doesn't take but a couple minutes to do this, but you're gonna have to follow the sequence of events, because again, we're gonna have to update the structure scan box in the back to make sure it's compatible with the new 19.1, and then once we get both of these units updated, we're gonna go pull the LiveSight file on there as well, because you're gonna update the LiveSight transducer itself, but that'll all be prompted through the units, and we'll do that here in just a few minutes. But that's gonna happen after you update both your units. You have the file in there, and then you're going to connect the transducer. So we'll walk it all through there. I'm going to walk you through it, and we'll learn together. We'll learn how to do this. But all right, so once that blue bar goes all the way across, it automatically reboots your unit, and then it's going to start over with the new software. I'm getting ready to see it as the unit boots up. And here we go. Just pops up to the warning screen that it normally does. You can hit the accept button, look at it. Everything looks to be functioning properly. Inside here, I don't have a GPS signal, so everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and power down. And once it's powered down, I'm going to take the chip out, put it in the front unit, do the exact same procedure. Very simple. It does it all by itself. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm going to do this exact same thing I just did with the 16 at the console. I do it with the 12 up here at the front, and it doesn't matter if you have a 7, 9, 12, or 16. Doesn't matter what you have. The updates work exactly the same. But in my system, up here on the front, I've got a carbon unit, HDS carbon 12, all hooked together. So I'm going to do the live update here, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to go download the carbon update to make sure they're all compatible and all being able to talk to each other. I'm going to go download that and do the same thing on my HDS 12 before I do the LiveSight and the structure scan box update. So that's just a little wrinkle. Most people don't have carbons and lives. Maybe you do, and if you do, that's just all you have to do. You have to update that to the latest software to make sure that everything is compatible. But if you don't have a HDS carbon in your system, then you don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to go ahead and do that here in just a minute once this one is finished. All right, now my 12 is done. You want to wait till it's done loading charts or whatever, anything. Hit the accept, look at it. Looks like everything is working just fine. That is good news. And then we're just going to go ahead and power that off. Once that's done, we're going to take our micro SD card and go back and get those other updates. All right, we came back to the computer, taking my micro SD card, I'm going to stick it back in the full-size SD card, back in the reader, and then I'm going to pull up my eye finder, go to my card, and now that I'm done with this HDS Live update, I'm going to take that off the card, get that out of there, and then we're going to go back over to the other updates. I'm going to update that carbon unit real quick before I do the other one. So I'm going to go here to the folder. I already have the Lowrance updates. Take the HDS carbon update, drag it over into that card, and then basically do the exact same thing with that one carbon unit that I did with the live units, just to make sure they're all on the same page. And that's not a big update. Eject that card. Go do that real quick. Here we go. We're just going to update the carbon unit real quick. It's a little different. SD, you know, slide it out and then flip it. But same deal. Just put the update in there. then turn the unit on. And again, just a reminder, you still do not have your LiveSight transducer hooked up yet, so you still not there yet. It's going to go through the same process, no big deal. It's going to run through. Once it goes through, it'll reboot. I'll make sure it's good, then I'll power that off, and then we'll go get the other updates real quick. Alright, so my carbon unit is done. Hit accept. Everything seems to be working fine. Clock's working. I'm just going to power this one down. On to the last update. Alright, so that was my little extra carbon step because I had a carbon unit in my system. But I'm going to take the micro SD, put it back in the SD, put it back in there, click on it, and then I'm going to take that carbon update, I'm going to drag that into the trash can because I'm done with that. Don't want to confuse it. And then I'm going to go back to all those downloads that I had. And I'm going to go ahead and take the structure scan 3D, take that file and put it on the SD card. And I'm also going to take that LiveSight and put it on the card as well. And those are not UPD files. The UPD files are the ones that register when you turn the unit on and totally redo the software. That's what those UPD files are. The other ones are the RLW files. That is not it's not a complete software update. It's just an update for one of the units, so that you'll once you put this in your unit, you'll be prompt. I'll show you here in just a second. Back here at the 16, I'm gonna go ahead and start off doing the structure scan box first. I've got the structure scan 3D transducer. I really like that transducer. The 3-in-1 active imaging is a great transducer as well. They're both good. The 3-in-1's probably a little less cumbersome, but for some things, I feel like the 3D is a little better view. So that's kind of why I like that. But we'll once we get the unit uploaded, I'll make sure my master power is on, so that the structure scan box is on as well. We're going to go ahead and accept once those charts are loaded. Go in here. Storage, memory card, structure scan, and then you're just gonna, I went kind of quick there. I'm just pulling up the storage and pulling up the memory card that I just put that update on. And so now it's prompting me, do I want to upgrade? And I said yes, upgrade. And then I'm upgrading the software on the structure scan 3D. Oh, I gotta select it. Then I can start it. Now it's transferring that data. That won't take very long to get going. And that is done. So that's how you upgrade your structure scan 3D. Oh, there's one more available. Well, let's go ahead and see what they're going to say. The Sonic Hub, I can update my Sonic Hub as well. I'll do that later on a different video maybe. So we're going to just go ahead and exit that. We already updated all of that. So I'm going to take and eject that card, go up to the front, and then I'll go ahead and get the LiveSight going. All right, so I just threw that SD card up in there with the updates. Went ahead and we'll go ahead and power it on. Once it pulls up, once it loads up, I'm going to go ahead and put the transducer in. Remember, you still don't have your LiveSight trans. This is the LiveSight. This is that guy. Still don't have that plugged in just yet. I want to go ahead and update the unit. Done that, and then I've got everything else updated. The last thing I'm going to do is plug that in. Let the unit acknowledge the LiveSight, make sure it's seeing there, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull up the file on the card. You'll see that. So now I'm going to accept. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the LiveSight and plug it into the back. You want to make sure you push it all the way in and then get that little blue ring. You want to push that down and then twist it until it doesn't go anymore to make sure that it's fully in there. Alright, so I've got everything plugged in and everything, and I'm looking to update the LiveSight, but I don't see the LiveSight. I don't see it. So here's where it is. You gotta hit the settings, and I have the forward on there. So I'm gonna scroll down here on the system, scroll down to advanced, go to features, and then you've got to turn on your LiveSight forward. You can see that right there. Boom. I'm gonna touch that. That's gonna pull that up. Then you're gonna LiveSight features have been enabled. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back out here, and all of a sudden, hello, Miss Darling. Hit the LiveSight. It's on there, but before we do that, we're gonna go back out here, hit storage, memory card, LiveSight, and now I'm gonna upgrade the software on the LiveSight transducer. All right, so I did all the upgrades, plugged everything in, went in there, turned on the features and the advanced settings, and I still wasn't seeing the LiveSight, so just turn the unit off, turn it back on. Now it's registering the sonar, and now it's gonna ask me to configure. I'm gonna configure now. I'm gonna do forward. That's what we've got. And now we're gonna finish. And then there it is. So I'm still gonna go in here, check my file. Now I should be able to upgrade. I still want to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade that transducer to make sure it's got the perfect. Now we're good to go. That's important right there. Just because you see it, now you can go ahead and it's done. Synchronized file systems 100%. So it's rebooting the module. So it's going to upgrade your LiveSight transducer. That is the final step. That's very important. Just because we got it all to register on here doesn't mean we're totally done. You want to do that last upgrade to go ahead and complete the process. And it's rebooting the module now. Once that's completed and it says done, then we can exit out and you should be ready to go. And then we're going to go on the water, so you have to stay tuned and see how we get this bad boy set up.